We have been improving in our, social welfare, people-oriented measures, then the development, infrastructure development of the state. We don't consider BJP as another political party. This is a party with a very poisonous political program of dividing the people. The continuation of the LDF in Kerala is for the future of our country.
Well, thank you very much for joining us. I just feel you work too hard. You've got a hectic schedule ahead of you. It's quite hot.
Kerala climate is always
Especially at this time.
tolerable, yeah.
So why can't they have elections in winter?
That is a
I'm just
interesting question. Yeah.
But tell me, the LDF was re-elected the last time. After 50 years, everybody used to go in, out, in, out. The first time it was same party was re-elected. One, why did that happen? And two, but since then, in the recent local body elections, your vote dropped dramatically and you did not do well. So one, you did very well in re-election, but now the signals are worrying. How do you match these two and how do you plan to combat it?
With the support of the people of Kerala, because they have been watching how the LDF government has performed, not only the last 10 years, but the last 5 years, we have been improving in our, social welfare, people-oriented measures, then the development, infrastructure development of the state, giving the traditional attention and more attention to education, healthcare, and so on. And I am sure 5 years from now, we would be again discussing how it happened that you are, for a third time you won. That is what I expect.
Why did you do badly in the local body elections?
Local body elections, so many factors are there. One such factor was overconfidence on our side. With the performance and welfare measures we enhanced just before the few months ahead of the local body election, then certain campaigns, certain parody songs portraying the CPIM and its leadership as those who were responsible for certain problems in the Sabarimala gold theft incident.
Right.
What was happening through this parody song, we were unable to gauge and assess. So all these together, gave us an unexpected, setback in a sense. So we won't gloss over. We don't come out with some justification that this was not a setback. We have very seriously examined those, and we have taken corrective measures.
But in the general election and in this election, in the municipal or local elections, in both the south and central areas, you've lost support to the BJP, or it seems that the BJP has gained and you have come down. So how much of a threat is the BJP to you?
You see, the expanding influence of BJP in certain areas of Kerala, we are really worried about. It's not because we are losing some corporation or some local body, but we don't consider BJP as another political party. This is a party with a very poisonous political program of dividing the people that we are seeing every part of the country. And here Kerala has been performing extremely well in taking care of the threat from the communal BJP. I very seriously feel that there had been some underhand dealing between BJP and non-left political parties, especially UDF. Kollam happened to be my own home district and it's a bastion of the left. UDF one day, Trivandrum BJP was trying to improve in corporation, and many seats where BJP would not have won without the support, transfer of some votes from our other friends of UDF. They have had such arrangement. For example, from Trivandrum district, BJP had an MLA 10 years ago. You see, And if you just go through the statistics of voting pattern, it is very clear how the very weak candidate fielded by UDF and the transfer of votes from UDF to BJP helped him. Then during the last assembly election, Prannoy Roy declared that we are going to close the account of BJP in this constituency. And the present education minister Shivangutti won from that constituency. Similarly in Tuchur, the BJP has a Lok Sabha member there. It was a sitting seat of Congress. Congress lost 1 lakh votes in comparison to the previous election. And BJP candidate won with a majority of 75,000. And LDF, you would ask natural question, I can tell you. LDF improved its voting, strength by 16,000 votes. So this is happening. So the improvement of BJP in many places is because of this vote transfer. Willy-nilly, it could be some arrangement, it could be due to various other factors. I would immediately concede that there are certain areas where we are worried that some of our influence also is getting shifted to BJP. But see, near Shabarimala there is a municipality, Pantalam. This was won by BJP 5 years ago. This time we wrested it from BJP and it is CPIM-led front. So we are fighting CPIM is fighting BJP everywhere. But that is not the case with UDF. And recently, I will conclude this part. You heard, we all know we lost KP Unnikrishnan, a hefty political figure. In 1991, when he contested Lok Sabha from Vadagara, BJP, Congress and Muslim League had a common candidate, Advocate Ratna Singh. But Unnikrishnan, with CPM support, he was able to defeat. In the same 1991 election in Calicut, in an assembly constituency, it was VHP leader and RSS man Dr. Madhavan Gutti, who was the common candidate of Congress, Muslim League and BJP against CPM candidate TK Hamsa. We defeated him and TK Hamsa won. So wherever this underhand understanding is open, we are able to defeat them. So in this assembly election also, I have a recurring doubt about whether something similar would happen or not.
We've been looking at the electoral map and it shows that in the areas where the Hindus are strong, CPM does well. Where the Muslims and Christians are strong, CPM does not do well. This is just data. Then we did two massive polls and it showed that perhaps one of the big reasons why you lose these elections is that Christians and Muslims are voting more for the UDF than the LDF. And your support is mainly coming from the Hindus. And some of them are going to the BJP, like the upper caste Hindu are switching. Last time in the 2024 Lok Sabha, a lot switched to BJP. So why are you losing out to the Muslims and Christians? And is it a worry that the Hindus may also switch to the BJP?
You see, in general, a similar trend appeared in some of the elections. But even in the recently held local body election, I would suggest, in fact, I have a report. I specially demanded a report from Kodungallur, Trichy district. This is where BJP was sure of winning the municipal council. That was because the RSS backing. But this is also a place where Muslim minority presence is substantial. Realizing this, our comrades worked there with a protracted, program. And to the surprise of BJP and RSS, they could not win Kodungallur. They expected to win Kodungallur before Trivandrum Corporation. And we won that. And this is a place where Muslim vote is substantial. So I specially asked them to send their analytical report. Then I belong to Kollam district. There is, in Kottarakere constituency, there is a street called the Muslim Street. Because my colleague as a district president of SFI used to live there, Sultan Ahmad. So I used to send letters to him, Sultan Ahmad, Muslim Street, Kottarakere. Muslim population. CPM won there. So it's not a general thing. Christians, Pathanamthitta is a district where Christian population is substantial. There are 5 assembly constituencies. We have performed extremely well in 5 assembly constituencies 5 years ago. Now in the Panchayat municipal election also, our performance is not very, very poor. So It's a,
No,
it's a
but there
mixed
will be
basket.
one or two areas, but overall, you are behind in Muslims and Christians to UDF. How are you tackling that?
You see, it's a question very important. We have been discussing about this. There are certain, calculated, concocted things being propagated against them. It may appear to be shocking to you if we say in some places, poor, backward people, including Muslim minority people, they have been told that this SIR is being implemented by Prannoy Roy. We have the feedback. In another place, it was stated that Prannoy Roy is so friendly with so-and-so. Okay, then they ask that so-and-so, X, you know who he is? Oh, that we don't know. This is a concrete, feedback we have. So this we understood that so many, concocted stories are being propagated to win our support or to keep CPM or Chief Minister in poor light. This we realized after local body elections. Therefore, we are trying to take care of that by house-to-house visits, explaining to people, realizing that we view certain things, but perception among sections of people, it is different. So, importance of perception with this setback in local body election, we have realized.
The CPM is supposed to be a party of a cadre and very strong discipline, and normally has been. This time you have 4 or 5 people who are from your party, who have left the party and are rebels standing as independents with support from UDF and others. Is this a worrying thing in terms of your cadre?
You see, CPIM and the left generally work as a cadre party, it's well known. And this crossing over from one party to another happens Ayaram, Gayaram in North India. But so far as CPM and the left are concerned, this has not been the case. But you are right. Of late, there are instances when, unbelievably, some of our cadres, especially some comrades with whom I worked closely, you see, they are seniors and all that, 2, 3, 4 such people have crossed over. But the point is that none of them crossed over due to any political ideological difference with CPIM or the left. During the time of the election, they expected something. They did not get it. Therefore, everybody could know that. Therefore, we understand that the political ideological content of our cadres and comrades, there is some deviation, some aberration here and there. So, party needs to give attention to this particular thing. We have this rectification campaign. The rectification campaign has to be taken up rigorously in the coming days because of this phenomena. There is an overall degeneration in the political firmament with regard to other political parties. We try to resist that, but there is a limit. Even with our effort to resist it, it is percolating down to various sections in our party.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, would that hurt the way that your cadre turns out and gets votes out and things like that, which is very important to you? You've never fallen below 40% in assembly elections, and this time it is critical for you to get, 44 to be a winning party.
What has happened with some of our leaders, district secretariat member, former state committee member and all that, these are all absolutely isolated instances. In all such places, party as a whole, they stand with the party and they say that we are very sorry that such an opportunism has happened in the case of these people. So this is not going to affect the voting percentage of CPIM or the LDF at all.
See, one of the things which everybody says about the CPM and the left is that not corruption. There's no corruption. But in this election, that's an issue because of Sabrimala gold has been converted into brass, and the CPM 2 leaders are in part of the Sabrimala board, and they are being accused of being hand in hand with stealing the gold. Why have you done nothing to them? Why you not suspended them or what? I don't know. There must be some reason. I think we need to hear how are you countering that, because your image is of a non-corrupt, always has been.
See, it's now for the people of Kerala it is very clear. During the assembly session, government offered to discuss that on the floor of the house. You know what UDF did? They just walked out without discussing.
No discussion.
They could, if they had any evidence or argument to criticize or accuse CPIM and the government, they could pillory us. They withdrew. They escaped from this. So it is very clear. So whereas the disciplinary action, when they were inside jail, when they could not be served any shock cause notice, it was a denial of natural justice. We wanted to know whether these two people from the party, 4 or 5 people are Congress sympathizers and Congress activists, but these 2 people belong to CPM by virtue of they being there as the chairperson of the Devasam board. So we wanted to ascertain whether it's only dereliction of duty from their part or they had far deeper involvement in the crime. So the kind of action that needs to be, given to them should be based on the actual. So we have been waiting for the charge sheet to be filed, which is not being done. Once the charge sheet is being filed, it will be known. Now we have given instruction that they should be kept away from every political activity and they should be virtually suspended now. That is the present state of, because they got bail because of the period by which one has to do certain procedures. So they are out. They have been served with a shock cause notice. That process is on. One was a district committee member, now he is no more a district committee member. So action. So doing all this, CPM has certain principles of natural justice. That is what we have followed. But they cannot accuse of CPIM or the government having to do with the gold theft or whatever in Shabarimala, because government offered, let us discuss on the floor of the house. They would have had enough time, all that would have come in the record, media should have been, they just walked out of the house.
For the CPM, this is the one state that you are leading a government. So how critical is this for you to win? If you don't, will that mark, a decline in the party completely?
True. Our party has been undergoing certain declining trends in different parts of the country, whereas in Kerala, the experience is entirely different. You see, last time we won 8 or 9 seats more than what we had. It's not that somehow we scrapped through and we are continuing in office. I don't say power, I say office. See? So people are very much watching what would happen now. And in the present state of political situation, being in government in some state is very important in the optics when we discuss politics. Even otherwise, the kind of welfare measures and the effort to develop an alternative, we have been successful right from the times of EMS. You see, he has set up the foundation stone for how in a capitalist society, how you should work for an alternative. Extreme poverty has been eradicated in the state of Kerala. Kerala is the only state. Niti Aayog had to recognize it. And various, I don't want to go into the indexes. Child mortality, the performance of Kerala is far better than even United States. It's 5.6 in USA, it is 5 in India. So, it is very important for
5
us.
in India, 5 in Kerala.
5 in Kerala. In USA, it is 5.6.
You said 5 in India, you meant 5 in
No,
Kerala.
no, 5 in Kerala. Yeah. Sorry for
No.
being old, this happens.
No.
The point is that the good things that this government has been doing, people of Kerala should get it continue. I received, it is there in my WhatsApp, is a doctor now working in Germany. He is not a communist. He is from Alua Union Christian College. He wrote a book about his father, who was one of the founders of Union Christian College. So I had to release that book. He sent me a message. Please see, you continue in Kerala. Some allegations and controversies are there about the health sector in Kerala. I know the health sector in Kerala is far superior to USA. He's a very senior, doctor, cardiologist, cardiophysician, telling me. So, continuation of the LDF in Kerala is for the future of our country, because this alternative should develop and it should be made available for the understanding of the Indian people. For party, it is important, as you said, because in West Bengal we are in our back foot. Tripura, this has happened. So for the future of CPIM and for the future of left, it is important. But for me, for the future of the Indian Progressive Democratic Movement, victory of LDF in Kerala once again is very, very important.
Last question. You know, we do a lot of these elections. This is about before you were born, we started. And I'm just saying, are you underestimating the impact of Sabrimala gold going? Because in Orissa, remember all the scandal about Jagannath temple, and that really affected, and they lost the election. So in that sense, are you underestimating it? And coupled with that, an identification is your chief minister is now 81 years old. Is he going to be chief minister for another 5 years? Or are you thinking of anybody else? Or 81 is fine?
You see, first is Comrade V.S. Achuthanandan became the Chief Minister of Kerala at the age of 82.
Okay.
Now, the other day, Comrade Prannoy was asked this question, whether you would continue as the Chief Minister.
Right.
On the basis of the understanding of the party, he said, this is a question which we would take up once we get the majority and party starts the process of choosing the Chief Minister. As of now, we have not taken any decision on that. Therefore, I cannot say that who is the Chief Ministerial candidate. That is the only thing. He is the senior most member of the Politburo, though I am the General Secretary.
You are the General Secretary.
I am the General Secretary.
So you will decide.
No, I am not I. We collectively decide,
yes.
we discuss, and we will take a call when that question emerges after our resounding victory in the election.
The only member of the Politburo standing for election here. So isn't he obviously the only choice?
This is a very good conjecture you can make, and I leave it at that.
Thank you so much. Now, don't rush around too much.
Thank you. Thank you for...